National Geographic Puzzle Explorer brilliantly captures mazes in a digital form. This game's GeoMaze Maker technology lets our students invent their own mazes, and they use obstacles that come alive in the game. I'm Dr. Christine Casey. I've enjoyed being an educator for more than 40 years. I'm really excited to talk to you about National Geographic Puzzle Explorer. Not only can you share this learning opportunity with your students, you can also help build their learning in exercising their cognitive skills and expanding their nonfiction knowledge with this game. No matter what level you teach, from pre-K to 5, there's something here for your kids to experience. Humans have had to navigate mazes since ancient times, whether finding a safe way home through the wilderness long ago, or its use in today's psychology labs to understand how the human brain works. Just like in real life, they place and navigate obstacles such as tigers that chase them. Ice that once walked over falls away and removes a path. On the other hand, these maze blocks can be used to their advantage. They roll giant snowballs that melt to become a snowy bridge over water. They place fruit to lure a yak from their path. They find keys to unlock gates. They use their memory to find their way in the dark and acquire a torch to light their way. Our instructor toolkit helps you understand how to play and enjoy this as a class, and how to help your students get the most out of the game. We explain the learning skills that they will acquire that will build their brains. And we give you ideas about how to complement their digital learning in the classroom so they get the most out of the fun they will have. In this video, I'm going to show you how to actually make a maze so you can play with it before teaching your students about maze making. Studies show that blending real-world learning and digital resources creates the most powerful learning experience. Seymour Papert said, "I am convinced that the best learning takes place when the learner takes charge." I want to share how this can be used by you and your students as an engaging enhancement to your classroom activities. There is a trend in 21st century learning to focus on nonfiction and fact-based content. This game is filled with photos and facts from National Geographic that will help your students become familiar with other regions in the world. Harness this awareness and remind your students to use these same strategies to solve math problems or make comparisons between characters in a story. Let's build a puzzle in the Yucatan together now. I recommend that you go through these instructional puzzles. Your students may be tempted to just jump in and start building, but I suggest going through the tutorial because it is specifically sequenced to teach about each of the blocks and what they do in the maze. You move the compass, that will become the end point or the completion of the maze. Each of the game blocks become obstacles. Place them one by one on the maze. This becomes the path they must navigate to get to the compass. You are showing your students the importance of planning. And then when you point out real-life ways to apply this step-by-step procedure in school tasks, they will see why it's an important organizational strategy. You show your students how to problem solve both their maze creations and when they are finding their way through a completed maze. They are using logic and strategy. These are key to critical thinking. This will help your students to solve other puzzles, such as a math word problem or explaining why a character in a story made a certain decision. This maze game helps you to guide them to understand that editing is important. This will serve both them and you very well in the classroom setting. Designing their mazes is what's called an iterative process that builds tolerance, patience, and persistence. All of these make for a better student in your class and in their future school life. Our Instructor's Toolkit offers the standards that each concept covers, as well as some suggested support activities to further explore. There are other region packages that you can buy for your class. In the Expedition package, you could explore and build different mazes in Antarctica and the Himalayas. In the Exploration package, you can explore the Nile River Valley and the Australian outback. Your students will not have to buy these regions in order to play on their own mobile devices. When you buy a region package, you can make puzzles in these regions and then send them to your students. The underpinnings for understanding about culture, climate, and differences in wildlife and vegetation in different regions of the world sets a foundation for our future global citizens. We all wish you and your students a lot of fun learning together with National Geographic Puzzle Explorer.